Bang. That's right. Look at that score right there. I won the game of the season. I won it. I did it. Got it done. It wasn't close. You'll see in a second. I'm going to talk about my game first because I love talking about myself on this app. But yeah, otherwise, holy shit, I did bad at picks this week. Shout out Rag. He was my only other correct pick. In my defense, I was picking with my heart over my head a lot. I mean, I picked McCosey to upset Pushan, Hayden to upset Brett, Cal to upset Briggs, and Scott to upset Sutton. And Rob choked. Of course, when I pick Rob, he gets blown out of the water by Mace. But anyway, yeah. Still got a positive record on the season, and let's get into the first matchup. So as I said, I'm going to talk about this matchup first because this was huge. We were both 6-6. He was in the playoffs. I wasn't. Now we flipped. I'm in the playoffs. He's not. I'm at 7-6. Clay's at 6-7. And honestly, I kicked his ass. This was a whomping, an absolute fucking. This was bad. On his side, Jordan Love, another good game. The Packers might be legit, which is horrifying. Ezekiel Elliott, randomly great game, especially since they didn't score any points. Miles Sanders is booty cheeks. Amon-Ra had a bad week. So did Lockett. Logan Thomas, all he had was 1 2-point conversion reception. Our defenses and kickers kind of canceled out. Mine did a little bit better. So about midway through the week, Dalton Schultz went out and Demario Douglas went out. So I had to start Jonnu and Jahan Dotson. They were both basically useless. Swift took one of the biggest hits I've ever seen and went out. But James Conner, Pittsburgh revenge game, baby, got it done. Tua looked okay again. Deebo Samuel fucking stood on that business. He's been talking shit on Philly since January, and he came out and he backed it up. That was awesome. And Mike Evans is just another 1,000-yard season. I think that's like 10 in a row. Mike Evans has been getting 1,000-yard seasons since I was in like fucking 9th grade. Dude's a Hall of Famer. Dude's a beast. They won me this matchup. Next week, I'll have Gus Edwards, Dalton Schultz, Diggs, and Josh Jacobs all back. I traded away Mixon, and I didn't even need it. Thank God. Although with Mixon, I would have hung like 180 on Clay. That would have been fun. But anyway, yeah, great win for me. I'm almost locked into the playoffs. One more win. This was an upset I chose, mostly because I'm very biased and wanted Pushan to lose, but Stevenson got hurt, and he's basically done, which is why Zeke had such a good game. Brock Purdy, MVP favorite. Brock Purdy is crazy. Mahomes, cheeks, lost to the Packers. Kieran Williams is going to be a season winner, potentially, for Pushan. Michael Pittman, I mean, the Colts are sneaky really good, and they're going to screw AFC team out of the playoff spot. Ingram had a great game, but if Trevor Lawrence is done, his value is shot to shit. Chuba Hubbard is not going to have another good game. Pushan's team is weird. He's got a weird team, but he gets a lot of boys back off bye. McCosey officially fleeced Thomas with Nico Collins. I mean, Jamar Chase had a good game, so Nico Collins got off Briggs' team and was like, let's fucking rock. Yeah. McCosey's no longer playing for anything. Hayden wrapped up last. So, yeah. I got McCosey next week. Hopefully he just a little toss in the towel for me. Let me slide on into the playoffs, but probably not. I wouldn't. So, Brett. Me and Brett might have just pulled off like one of the most elite trades ever. He got Joe Mixon, 30-point bomb, blew Hayden out of the water. Brett was our highest scorer. I ended up being our second highest scorer, or like tied with Briggs for second highest scorer. Brett is a scary team. His team's coming together at the right time. The Cowboys stack is crazy. Thankfully, they play the Eagles this upcoming week, which will hopefully slow them down a little bit, although the Eagles secondary is shot. Horrible. I mean, he's not going to get another wide receiver performance like that out of Watson, so I don't expect another 160-point game from Brett, but looking good. He's got an outside chance at the playoffs still. I think his is sitting at like 38% chance. I'm a little nervous. And on this side, our official 2023 league loser, everyone. Well done, Hayden. He's had the number one pick in our league all 3 years, and he has never done anything with it. I don't know if he's ever made the playoffs. And this year, he is our loser. Let's go. This team is ass. Major ass. Waddle is one of the biggest busts of the season, especially with how good that offense is. Jahmyr Gibbs seems to be back to being just Man Campbell's little bitch backup running back. I don't know. Shout out Hayden for locking up last with a full week left. And Brett, I'm a little nervous because you might sneak in and take my playoff spot. Please don't. Damn. I mean, we're all so fucked. Briggs' team is absurd. Jamar Chase, if he's going to be playing that well with Jake Browning, I mean, we're just in trouble. Even Charbonnet got 17. I don't know. His running backs are still iffy, but I think JT's supposed to be back by playoff time for fantasy. I mean, we all better pray that that's not true. But yeah. All right, yeah, Cal. Just, I mean, good Taysom Hill game. Decent fantasy Jesus game. Keenan Allen's the one that really fucked it. But, I mean, a lot would have had to have happened for him to beat Briggs here. Now Briggs is going to start running up into the fun problem of Hill, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson. Who does he start? One of those people is going to be on someone's bench for the playoffs, and that's fucking hilarious. Like, we're going to be in the second round of the playoffs, and a healthy, like, A.J. Brown is going to be on Thomas's bench. That rocks. I hope we need Thomas to not get the bye, or if Thomas only has to win 2 weeks to win the championship, I'm just going to Venmo him the money next Monday. So someone needs to beat this man. Go win, though, Briggs. So, yeah. By the way, this is the Elite Gatorade. Ice cold yellow with the nipple top. Goes. Anyway. I mean, this matchup sucked. Sutton keeps his season alive, though. I think he has like a 2% chance at 6 and 7. I just don't think he has the tiebreakers over anyone. And Scott wasn't playing for anything because Hayden already locked up loser. Thank God, because Scott's team is horrendous. Cooper Kupp took a big step back, and he didn't start Puka, unfortunately. Tank Dell's on IR. Christian Kirk's out. I mean, Michael Thomas on IR. Mark Andrews on IR. Scott's team just fell apart. Thankfully, he got enough sneaky wins at the beginning to not be the loser. Sutton's team is in danger. I don't know why he didn't start Devin Achane. I know he's on the bottom of the bench there somewhere. He's the running back one when he's playing. Not Mostert. It's Achane. Honestly, you might as well just start both the Dolphins running backs. Because Devonta Smith and Ayuk and Kittle can get you points. Matt Stafford, if he's slinging, will get you points. You need to have Achane in. If Achane's in, Sutton's up there with the highest scores this week. So Sutton's still got a chance to make the playoffs. I think he'd need like half the league to lose, but he's got a chance. Yeah, so somehow the matchup of two probable playoff teams ended up being by far the worst of the week. So Rag's officially in the playoffs. Ish is, a win and in. He's 7-6 with me. Ish team is bad. If Derrick Henry's done, Ish might not break 50 next week. Jalen Hurts is it. He doesn't have a running back too. I don't know what he would have done. I don't know. But Terry McLaurin, I'm officially, as a Commies fan, free Terry. Get him the hell away from DC. His quote was, "I ran a lot of cardio this weekend." Not a single catch. Horrible. Might consider benching him. We ain't getting him the ball. Rag won on the back of Kamara. Kamara or Bijan's going to pop off every week. So, Rag's got a decent squad if he brings it together. Ugly, ugly win, though. Ugh. And finally, the Pretzel Bowl. Maish kind of blew Rob out here. Rob, bad game from Cooper, bad game from Brian Robinson. Commies just look awful. CeeDee Lamb and Metcalf dueled it out. Those canceled out. Kelsey has not been looking that good. Ironically, if I had traded Maish, James Conner, and I don't even know who else I was offering for Kelsey, but it would have, he didn't need it, but it would have been better. So yeah, Maish keeps himself alive. Rob's already in the playoffs, so who cares? Good win here, Maish. And yeah, so here's our current playoff picture. Briggs is in the bye because he has a tiebreaker over Cal. He just beat him. If I stay in the 7th seed, I would like to play Cal, not Briggs. But I would also like for Briggs not to get the bye. So in my prediction video, I'll go over kind of more how people can get into the playoffs and who I think is going to win next week. I'll see you then.